Hey everyone, Luke Dog here, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. Let's read about Arlathan. You ask what happened to Arlathan. Sadly, we do not know. Even those of us who keep the ancient lore have no record of what truly happened. What we have are accounts of the days before the fall, and a fable of the whims of the gods. The human world was changing, even as the elves slept. Clans and tribes gave way to a powerful empire called Tevinter, which, and for what reason we do not know, moved to conquer Elvenon. When they breached the great city of Arlathan, our people, fearful of disease and loss of immortality, chose to flee rather than fight. With magic, demons, and even dragons at their behest, the Tevinter Imperium marched easily through Arlathan, destroying homes and galleries and amphitheaters that had stood for ages. Our people were corralled as slaves, and human contact quickened their veins until even captured elves turned mortal. The elves called to their ancient gods, but there was no answer. As to why the gods didn't answer, our people left only a legend. They say that Fen'Haral, the dread wolf and lord of tricksters, approached the ancient gods of good and evil and proposed a truce. The gods of good would remove themselves to heaven, and the lords of evil would exile themselves to the abyss, neither group ever again to enter the Elder's lands. But the gods did not know that Fen'Haral had planned to betray them, and by the time they realized the dread wolf's treachery, they were sealed in their respective realms, never again to interact with the mortal world. It is a fable, to be sure, but those elves who traveled the beyond claim that Fen'Haral still roams the world of dreams, keeping watch over the gods lest they escape from their prisons. Whatever the case, Arlathan had fallen to the very humans our people had once considered mere pests. It is said that the Tevinter Magisters used their great destructive power to force the very ground to swallow Arlathan whole, destroying aeons of collected knowledge, culture, and art. The whole of elven lore left only to memory. The fall of Arlathan is told by Gesharel, keeper of the Ralafirin clan of the Dalish elves. Have anything else in here, Meryl? No? Okay then. Let me see. What do we got? Hightown. Many similar documents were thrown from windows each time Krakoa was liberated, much to the frustration of those in the gallows. So I gotta go to the gallows then? I gotta go there Thrask in the gallows courtyard, or Vincento in the Lowtown market. Well, I gotta go there anyway. Let's go to the gallows. Ooh, got another quest.
How do you do that? Do what, kitten? You sort of swagger when you walk. I've been trying, but I trip over my own feet when I do it.
You just strut. It's not something you practice.
How do I learn it then?
It comes to you, usually at night. It's like a lover, or maybe a burglar. Either it ravishes you, or runs off with all your jewelry, and you have to run it down and stab it in the heart. And that metaphor got a bit away from me, didn't it?
I think it did, but it was certainly exciting.
What do we got here?
Ah, welcome, my dear friend, to Sol's shop. My name is Solicitus. Please take a look around. My apologies in advance. Our shelves are a bit bare at the moment. Actually, if you're interested, I could use a bit of help to remedy that.
How can I help?
It's been too dangerous to leave the city of late, and the substances I require for my creations are, of course, elsewhere. Perhaps you could find them. You'll be compensated for your time, have no fear. I'll also give you first pick of my new creations.
Make up a list of what you need, and I'll keep an eye out for you.
Perfect. A discount on everything in the shop, Sirrah.
I am fortunate to be tranquil. So many mages are plagued by unrest.
Find a spider silk gland, a dragon's fang, and pure iron bark. I still need to find pure iron bark. The Dalish may know where to find it.
This is yours, if I'm not mistaken.
Where did you get this? It's just what I need. Thank you.
Let's go to the Dalish quickly. Hi, Thrask. I know I came here specifically for you, but I'll be back in a sec. Ambushed. What's going on? Go up or down? Ah, boom. What the heck is that? I have no idea what's going on with the sound. That was very weird. Sorry about that.
The danger is past. Are you all right?
No thanks to this lot, can't get a decent blade at a bargain anymore. You, though, you're what a man needs. A skilled enthusiast.
You can start making sense any time now.
My manners. Javaris Tintop, merchant and investor. I need forward thinkers to help court the Qunari. Those hornheads in Kirkwall have a powder that explodes, and it's just dust. No lyrium, no demons. Anyone can use it.
I felt it sting. Their ships fire thunder.
I doubt they were eager to sell.
That Arishok said I wasn't worthy. That only their outcast, the Talvashath, or that mercenary. I said, great, I'll go talk to them. Didn't go over well. But, made me think. Maybe he'll bargain if I get rid of something that bothers him more than, well, me.
The Talvashath.
The Talvashath. Are you up for some paid hunting?
Your people must have something like that already.
Small things, shaped to crack faults, not shatter the earth. Plus, they're mostly lyrium. Expensive, poisonous. The chantry controls it topside. The glow makes you a target. Problem after problem.
Your people must have something...
Small thing. Expensive, poisonous. The chantry controls it topside. The glow makes you a target. Problem after problem.
What's the point, when we already have magic that can do the same thing?
Maybe you have magic, all tough and human and whatnot. But what of the common man? How does he remove stumps from his land, or produce them on his enemies? What does he do when he needs a hole far too fast? Magic is hard to market. But this stuff you can put in a bag.
All right, I'll step in for you. For a price.
I'm done bargain hunting. I want it done right. Now, best I could figure, they're up the Wounded Coast, a whole camp. Take their heads off and meet me at the compound in Kirkwall. Get this right, and we'll be richly rewarded. Richly.
Okay. Go to the Wounded Coast to kill the Televashoth bandits camped there. Okay. Embryums are flowers from the orchid family. Its therapeutic qualities were actually discovered because of the embryum's exceptional beauty. The beloved daughter of Lord Ignace Pollens of Orlais fell victim to a terrible sickness of the lungs, which her healers were unable to cure. Thinking the girl would soon perish, her parents surrounded her bed with brightly colored flowers, hoping that they would bring some warmth and cheer in her last days. Oddly enough, the girl began to recover from the illness and grew stronger each day. Her parents were baffled but overjoyed. The healers eventually learned that the fragrance of one of the flowers eased the child's breathing. The flower was an embryum, then later became known as the Salambrius embryum. The other variant that has certain magical properties is known as dark embryo. Anything else here? No? Okay. Cast treaties. A defensive strict caste structure of interest to Dwarven traditionalists. They rarely slum outside Hightown if they visit Kirkwall at all. Belt. Meryl, do you need a belt? Could use with a better staff, though. Nope. Let's go to set him out quickly. Get that iron bark. Talk to the Dalish. Do you guys know where I can find iron bark?
The sooner you all leave this place, the better.
Yeah.
If you're wise, you'll stay far away from Meryl. No sane person would touch what she's taken up.
Can I talk to Keeper?
May the Dread Wolf never hear your footsteps, child.
Where's Master Island?
Tereth?
Getting worse with time.
Watch your steps, Shem. You don't know how many Dalish arrows are trained on you right now.
Can I talk to any of you?
Shemlin. Wonderful.
Oh, Meryl. So you've returned. How has your time been among the Shemlin?
It's been nothing but roses and rainbows, Master Island. The alienage is lovely in the spring. The collapsing shacks and drunken brutes are nicely offset by the knee-deep mud.
This path has been of your own choosing, Meryl. A path that has saddened the clan greatly.
Perhaps if the clan was more accepting of the ancient ways and not so mired in fear.
Enough!
We will not bicker like children in front of strangers. We cannot undo what is done. My apologies for that display. Perhaps we can start again. You've returned. Is there something you need?
Do you know where I can find iron bark?
Do you have any pure iron bark in stock?
What use is iron bark to you? I've never met a Shem who could bend it to his will. Either way, I'm out of stock. I do know where it can be found, but it is impossible to retrieve. Our people were forbidden from venturing to the area after we lost 2 of our best hunters there.
What's the problem? Maybe I can give you a hand dealing with it.
I find it insulting that you think you would succeed where we could not. The place is overrun by darkspawn. If we tried to eradicate them, we would risk the precious few hunters we have left. I'll show you where the area is. What you do with the information is up to you.
Where is it? I'm guessing it's not here. See you later. Well, depending on where it is, we could head to the Wounded Coast and deal with the Tal of Shoth before heading back. Let's go to the Wounded Coast. Potions, poisons, and runes. Ooh, a corpse. That's always pleasing.
Why are you watching me like that?
You have Valasleen. The same markings that the Dalish have.
Yours are not made of lyrium.
No, they're made of blood. Our blood. That's what Valasleen means. Blood writing. It's a mark of adulthood.
Mine were carved into my flesh against my will, in a ritual I remember only for the agony it caused me.
I'm so sorry.
Pile of bones. Change staff. Glitter dust. Glitter dust is the powdered form of a rock found along the Wounded Coast. When explorers brought the sparkling rock to the markets of the free marches, it became immediately popular among wealthy ladies, who crushed it and applied the powder to their faces. The added brightness and luster to the skin, however, soon paled in comparison to the developing rash and coughing fits. Oof. As it turned out, glitter dust is dangerous if ingested or inhaled. It's also extremely flammable, as several ladies discovered after powdering their hair while standing next to a candle. Unfortunately, this resulted in a dozen deaths by conflagration. These days, glitter dust is used sparingly, and only by experienced alchemists. The most common form of this substance is volatile glitter dust. If gathered from caves where darkspawn dwell, the rock produces a powder known as tainted glitter dust. So dust go boom? Let's get him. What do we have here? Another staff. Ooh, and we got another quest. What's this?
Do you even know her name, Shem? No? It's Delilah. She's dead. And you killed her.
I was a beast then. A werewolf. I did many terrible things. I'm sorry.
Sorry does not bring my mother back.
I was a victim too, Elf. Of Zathrian's vengeance. Stranger, please calm her down.
Did I hear you right? You're a werewolf?
I was one, but no longer. Her Dalish keeper cursed some humans with lycanthropy long ago. The disease spread over the years, but the hero of Ferelden freed us.
Is this what your mother would want?
But he murdered her.
This man may have a wife, children, certainly a family. What will they think of you? Kill him, and you become him.
You shame me. My mother would not want this. Leave, Shem. Before I change my mind.
Oh, come on, Isabella. It was the right thing to do. Barrel. Ring of minor cantrips? Okay, but I know we gotta go up, so let's go south. Money. How much money do we have? 51. I think we just need 50. This is fine. Oh, wait. Fine. I'll give this to Meryl. Anything down here? Another staff. Should probably bring Anders out at some point. That's the thing. I gotta remember to keep remember to keep switching up my party so I can help to increase everyone's friendship. I know something saw me. Oh, more Talvashoth. That's why. We good? Nope, Meryl's going off on her own. Ah, dang it. Sorry, Meryl. You like being zapped.
In the future, someone remind me that I don't like being pummeled.
Sorry about that, Meryl. Give you a health injury potion in a sec. want the bones. Guys, move away from them. Thank you. One of the few roads leading into Kirkwall passes through a dangerous area known as the Wounded Coast. The road winds close to the cliff edge that looms over waters with many a precipitous drop to the churning waves below. There's many a local legend involving travelers falling or jumping or having been flung from those heights. From the cliffs, the road leads through jagged hills that line the pass like sharp teeth. Bandits use these hills as cover from which to ambush caravans. There's more to fear here than bandits, of course. Once one leaves the hills, you come upon a maze of sharp canyons, the hunting grounds for many fierce creatures. It is a place of secrets dating back to the golden age of the Tevinter Imperium, where ancient relics and statues crumble in time with the rocks. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Check my inventory quickly. There. I forgot what I was gonna do. Oh yeah. Got some new weapons, didn't I? Meryl, any good staffs? They're all kind of Never mind. Oh yeah. There you go. It is new. Okay, let's head north. Torn trousers. Someone decided to just take them off and leave them. Let's check what's down this way. Elf root.
You endanger yourself, human. Do not say you are unwarned.
Here we go again.
What? I couldn't hear. I heard something. Okay, there's nothing this way. Oh. Never mind.
No further, human. Tal-Vishoth control these passages.
I am more than capable of meeting any threat.
So I see. I expected to warn a caravan, not a well-equipped tracker. The path ahead is littered with my kind. If you are as skilled as you look, it would please me if you killed them.
You have turned your back on your kin?
Yes, for a second time. I did not like my role, so I left the queue. I do not wish to be a murdering thief, so I left these Tal-Vishoth to warn their victims. You are no victim, so now I will leave.
I want a friendly way to get what I need.
You will be disappointed. They are reveling in chaos. It is a wretched freedom. I still need order, even if I insult the core of the Qun by selling my honor as a mercenary.
If your blade is on the market, I'll pay.
No.
You sure you know what mercenary means?
Taking payment to face Tal Vishoth only proves that I've sold the last of myself. I know what I am. I don't need to belabor it. You have my word of caution, human. Heed it or do not.
Sometimes I think their brains are twisted up in those horns of theirs.
Rude, Isabella. I guess up there is where the thing is. Yep. So let's go back and check the other paths for anything. They probably all just kind of loop around, but you never know. Could be some decent items. Trudging along the wounded coast, the wounded coast, the wounded coast is trudging along the wounded coast, looking for some treasure. What do we have here? Anything? Opal fragment. Just go back, loop around the top. That should be all of the map. Hopefully. That ship didn't end well. Hey, Isabella, is that maybe your ship? No? Okay then. Look up here first. Spindleweed. It is an old country saying that spindleweed grows best for the sorrowful. Verdant spindleweed is a household in a household's garden has often brought neighbors offering consolation, usually without even asking what might be wrong. This originates from the plant's use as a seasoning for dishes meant to speed the recovery of the infirm. A person who grows much of it is likely caring for the fatally ill. Oh. Ah, boom.
Do you think it's over?
Yeah, you just got rid of a spider infestation.
Should I give it a go?
Yes, please.
It's done.
Okay, moving on. Anything up in this little nook? What do we got? Chipped serpent statue. How about over here? A little campsite.
Allow me.
Nothing up here? Excuse me, guys. What's in the sack? Lock it. Fell residue. boots. Are they better than what I have? Nah. Nope. I should really get rid of that clothing that I'm not wearing, since I'm the only one that can equip different clothing. Everyone else is basically stuck with what they have, unless you find little upgrades for them. Yeah, I went this way. Wait a sec. Ah! I gotta go down. Just traveling along the wounded coast, the wounded coast, the wounded coast, traveling along the wounded coast, getting sand in my shoes. I think I went down there. Just gotta go up this way. Hello. Zappy zap. Force slam. Freeze. Good work, guys. Asaba Sar Eva. Let me see what it looks like. This one's better. More stars. Broken longsword. Can anyone fix this? Ah, boom. And slam. Ah, boom. Meryl, where are you? Help the elf. There are many lords and ladies in Val Royeaux, and I mean this literally. Once the system of noble titles in Orlais was labyrinthine. There were barons and baroness and baronets and sir barons and a horde of others, each with its own origins and its own nuances of comparison. The Orlesian aristocracy is ancient and much given to competition. All the nobility played the grand game, as it is known, whether they wish to or not. It is a game of reputation and patronage, where moves are made with rumors and scandal is the chief weapon. No gentle game this. More blood has been drawn as a result of the grand game than any war the Orlesians have fought. Of this, I'm assured by almost every gentleman here. As far as titles went, everything changed with the coming of Emperor Draken, who established the Orlesian Empire as it exists now, and who created the Chantry. There's no more venerated figure in Orlais. In Val Royeaux, the statue of Draken stands as tall as the statue of Andraste. Draken determined that the grand game was tearing Orlais apart, so he abolished all titles besides his own. and lord and lady. I'm told with some twittering amusement that this action did not end the grand game as Draken had intended. Now the lords and ladies collected unofficial titles rather than official ones, such as the exalted patron of Tassus Clay or uncle to the champion of Tremis. It is a headache to remember such titles, and one winces to think of the poor doorman at the balls who must rattle them off as each guest enters the room. The aristocracy is different from Ferelden in other ways as well. The Orlesian's right to rule stems directly from the Maker. There exists neither the concept of rule by merit nor the slightest notion of rebellion. If one is not noble, one aspires to be, or at least aspires to be in the good graces of a noble, and is ever watching for a way to enter the patronage of those better placed in the grand game. And then there are the masks, and the cosmetics. I've not seen so much paint since the kennels at High Ever, but that is another story. From Beyond the Frostbacks by Ban Teoric of Westhill, 920 Dragon. Nope.
Such a slave drop.
Nope, wrong one. Slightly better belt. That's a lot of fire resistance. Anyone else need a belt? Nah. Ah, boom. And slam. Good work, guys. Ooh. Ambush I see. How you guys doing back there?
Oh, clumsy!
Can I reach? No, I cannot. Now I can. Go work, you two. I see you hiding back here. New shield for Aveline. Yeah, I definitely need to remember to switch my party up. That way everyone can get some friendship points. Because again, I believe I said it before, like, if you don't have a certain amount of friendship or rivalry, well, I think just good thing of friendship, a lot of your party members can just leave in the middle of the game. It happened to me with Isabella once. She just left like halfway through. Does anyone have a light? Secret passage. Anything here? Kaboom! Good work, guys. That's where we're supposed to go. Pick knife scaler. Huh. company. Boom. Ooh, it's a trap. Zappy, zappy. Oh, you can freeze. I'm guessing someone set the trap off. I also remember some like junk too. What do we have in here? Hey! Isabella! Possible new dagger. Need more dexterity. Here, Meryl. Got a necklace. Raw lyrium. Who is chanting? Anything up here? Yes! Silverite. Excuse me, Fenris. I wanted to get the... It's fine. Zappy, zappy. Took down the leader. Oh, hello. Ooh, I gotta heal. Back up. Hold on. Just got this one guy left. Ooh, that's not... Oh, we got him. Let's collect our stuff. Lots of pick knife scalers. Or scalers, or however you pronounce them. Combustion grenade. What's in here? What do you see, Fenris? Is that a sword? Fenris, can you use this? Nope, you don't have enough strength. Let me just check. Tell Javaris the Telvishoth are dead. Go to the Qunari compound by the docks. First, I'm gonna look around a little bit more. Ring. I just came from there. Let's go get the ironwood. People from the Free Marches are called Marchers, but usually only by outsiders. A citizen of Kirkwall thinks of himself as being from the city first and the Free Marches second.
You're mine!
I would have made a good Grey Warden, I think. Fenris, you're not doing too good. I should probably help out instead of wandering around and getting stuff. That would be a smart thing. Zappy zappy! Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay. Fenris, just to be safe, I'm gonna have you drink a potion. Freeze. Wow, they weren't kidding when they said this place was crawling with dark spawn. Kaboom. Still coming. Is that an ogre? Yes, that's an ogre. Oof!
I got what you need.
I freeze you. Hold on. Ah, sorry, Isabella. Okay, let's give you guys some intrigue potions. Bella, you need a second one. There. All healed up. Pure iron bark. That's it. Now we can just head back to Kirkwall. Lots of stuff on the gallows, huh? Go to Darktown and turn that quest in.
Really like sailing?
Like it? I love it. The salt spray on my face, the wind whipping by my ears, the gulls screaming overhead. I love it all.
Oh, don't you get sick? I was so sick on our trip across the sea.
Were you in the hold?
Everyone was in the hold.
There's your problem. You need to be up on deck, under the sky, with nothing between you and the horizon. Sailing is like sex. Do it wrong, and it'll make you sick. But do it right, and there's no feeling in the world like it.
This is yours, if I'm not mistaken.
You found it? By the void, I didn't think... Thank you.
Level up! Even though I know how to already. What do I want to do? Give me some more constitution. I think I'm okay with mana. I think I was gonna get more magic. Now as for this... what do we got here? The mage summons a wave of telekinetic force that hurtles enemies away from the core of the blast. The mage suppresses the physical and elemental force of incoming attacks, becoming nearly immune to knockback or other effects that interrupt combat. I'll take it. Now let's go to the gallows. It's got a whole bunch of stuff there. Actually, let's go to Hightown first. We can just turn those side stuff in quickly.
It's not always fun and games on the sea, though. There are storms and hostile pirates. And it's trying being cooped up with men who haven't seen a woman in months.
You're a woman?
Exactly. And I don't usually let them touch me, so they get... frustrated. I insist all of them get alone time. Helps with the crankiness.
They're already lonely. Why would you insist they be alone some more?
Ah, Meryl.
What? Did I miss something?
Go think about it. Maybe it'll come to you.
I don't know.
Something of yours, Sarah.
I had long since paid my debt over this. It's grand to see it again.
Hey, guys.
What do you need, my good friend?
Let's see what you have.
By all means, feel free to peruse my wares whenever you wish.
Can I? Oh, yeah. Sell all my junk. I can get rid of all these staffs. Willpower. Okay.
Nothing new today.
Let's see what quest is over here. Offered on the authority of His Excellency Viscount Marlo Dumar. Citizens of able nature, Viscount Dumar requires your aid. His son, Seamus Dumar, has been lost to uncertain company. A safe return is sought with all haste. Make your case of skill to Seneschal Brown and is stationed in His Excellency's keep, and the reward for this act shall be generous in both sentiment and coin. Okay.
I think I found something of yours.
I didn't expect to see this again. Thank you. Truly.
Meryl, level up. Let's give you some health. And some cunning. Now as for your skills, you got over here. A rare spell even among keepers, Stone's Throw allows Meryl to move effortlessly through the earth to an ally's position. Okay. I can do that first. First, let's go hand in the herbalist stuff. So yeah, I think we have all the 50 gold we need for the expedition. It's just I'm gonna probably finish up all the side stuff first before we continue. Because basically going on the expedition will pretty much lock you in until you finish the end of the first act. And then there'll be a bit of a time skip, and so I don't know if all of these will still be around.
You've probably never met a Dalish before, have you?
I wouldn't know.
I'm sure you'd be able to tell. Dalish aren't much like the elves in the cities.
The smug sense of superiority does give you away.
Use your stuff.
You've brought everything on the list. I'll get to work immediately. And of course, here is the reward I promised.
What do you got?
Welcome back to Seoul.
Fenris, you leveled up. Let's give you some strength and dexterity. Wait. Let's see what your... Tattooed with lyrium and fueled by vengeance, Fenris is an unnerving foe and an invaluable ally on the battlefield. Fenris maintains an appearance of calm, but it's only a facade. Every wound he takes stirs at his deeply buried resentment, increasing his attack damage. While this mode is active, Fenris fades into a wraith-like state and becomes difficult to track on the battlefield. I'll give you that.
Many mages resent the history of the gallows.
Thrask, I'll be back in a sec. First, I'm gonna go to the docks.
Certainly your people have stories about the Dalish, no?
My people?
The elves in Tevinter. They must have heard of us.
They've heard. They just don't care.
Good work,
But if they run away, the Dalish would help them.
You might as well say. If they flew into the sky, they could live in the clouds.
What would they eat in the clouds? There's nothing there but...
Let me pass. I have business with the Dwarf Javaris and your Arishok.
The short mouth, yes. Enter if you must, Basra.
You go on ahead. I would rather not.
An awkward time to run off, Isabella.
Ah, you know I'd never leave you. It's just that I really have to leave. Now.
Why? Decent little compound you have here.
Ah, my right hand arrives. Summon your Arishok. The bargain is done. About time you showed. I've been here for hours.
Ari Shokost, Maras Shokra, Anan Isamkyun.
The Qun from an elf? The madness of this place.
Friend of yours?
Friend of no one.
Yes, well, that said, I'm here to report that your hated Talvishoth were felled, one and all, right? Yes, they were. So, I'm ready to open negotiations for the explosive powder, as we agreed.
No.
He's not getting it. Make your chatty elf say something.
Any insight that would help?
Qunari do not abandon a debt. I humbly request clarification from the Arishok.
I have a growing lack of disgust for you. The dwarf imagined the deal for the Gatlock. He invented a task to prove his worth when he has none.
Then we have wrongly inserted ourselves in your affairs. Would you have us kill this dwarf?
Wait, what now?
If you face Talvishoth, he is not worthy of dying to you, as he was not worthy of dying to them. But you keep good company. Let him live, and leave.
You may want to take this opportunity to go.
But he has to sell. It's a product. People want it.
There is no profit in empowering those not of the Qun. The means of creating the Gatlock is ours alone. It shall be dispensed only to our enemies, in the traditional manner.
You are a frustrating people. And you're fired. Sodding bunch of oxmen and doglords. A whole lot breathing smoke. Pah.
You will leave as well, human. There's no more coin for you here.
Eric's contact says the Chantry Sister has been flashing coin around Lowtown, fishing for help for some unnamed problem. Details are light, but it may be something to do with the Qunari. Recommends checking her in Lowtown. Get rid of all this. Long ago, the Ashkari lived in the great city by the sea. Wealth and prosperity shone upon the city like sunlight, and still its people grumbled in discontent. The Ashkari walked the streets of his home and saw that all around him were the signs of genius, triumphs of architecture, artistic masterpieces, the palaces of wealthy merchants, libraries, and concert halls. But he also saw signs of misery, the poor, sick, lost, frightened, and the hopeless. And the Ashkari asked himself, how can one people be both wise and ignorant, great and ruined, triumphant and despairing? So the Ashkari left the land of his birth, seeking out other cities and nations, looking for people who had found wisdom enough to end hopelessness and despair. He wandered for many years through empires filled with palaces and gardens, but in every nation of the wise, the great, and the mighty, he found the forgotten, the abandoned, and the poor. Finally, he came to a vast desert, a wasteland of bare rock clawing at the empty sky, where he took shelter in the shadow of a towering rock and resolved to meditate until he found his answer or perished. Many days passed, until one night, as he gazed out from the shadow of the rocks, he saw the lifeless desert awaken. 100,000 locusts hatched from the barren ground, and as one they turned south, a single wave of moving earth. The Ashkari rose and followed in their wake, a path of devastation miles wide. The once verdant land turned to waste, and the Ashkari's eyes were opened. Existence is a choice. There's no chaos in the world, only complexity. Knowledge of the complex is wisdom. From wisdom of the world comes wisdom of the self. Mastery of the self is mastery of the world. Loss of the self is the source of suffering. Suffering is a choice, and we can refuse it. It is in our own power to create the world, or destroy it. The Ashkari went forth to his people. An exit from the Qun, Canto 1. What? Switch my party out. Let's get Carver in here. I'm gonna switch out Merrill for Anders. You guys need to level up. Let's give you some health. Ooh, you have a lot of points. You have 4 points. You have anything specializations? Yeah, you're my healer. The rage that Anders feels over the Chantry's mistreatment of mages rapidly transformed justice into vengeance. Anders always has a knack for healing. While this mode is active, nearby allies recuperate quickly, even in the heat of combat. This mode allows Anders to use aid allies and regroup, but cannot be used at the same time as Vengeance, and Anders cannot cast any offensive spells for the duration of the effect. While this mode is active, Anders gains a measure of control over the spirit within. His attacks and spells inflict much more damage and he becomes able to cast Martyr, but he is more susceptible to damage and cannot be healed. Andrew sacrifices his own health to replenish mana and cast spells more rapidly. See what else he got. No, I want the... down the... Forget it. Walking Bomb, Death Siphon. Dispel Magic, that could be useful. Carver. Give you some more strength. Some more will. Let's give you more cunning. Pommel Strike now stuns enemies for longer and sends them reeling. Okie dokie. Wayward Son. Unbidden Rescue. Shepherding Wolves. Hold on. Okay, Shepherding Wolves is a rumor. Thrasting in the Gallows, Adventure in Lowtown. Talk to Merrill. Talk to Bran. Go to Merrill, and then the Gallows.
You ever going to stop harping on the mages here?
No.
They aren't what you saw in Tevinter.
The moment they are free, mages will make themselves magisters.
They're slaves. You should want to help them.
I don't.
Well, this is a fun group I brought.
Are you the Templar who's pursuing the boy Fainriel?
I did not realize his name was known so widely.
And I didn't know we would announce it to a Templar.
Perhaps your friend knew him in the alienage.
Not every elf lives in one of your cages, Templar.
Are you a friend of his?
Have you met him? What is he like?
From his mother's description, he sounds much like any youngster we bring to the Circle. Frightened of his gift, resentful at losing his freedom, convinced he is the one exception to our laws. Hardly someone you would wish the power to murder people with his mind.
No young boy should have to face down demons alone.
It is surprising what sympathies mages evoke. I always expect people to be more wary of their powers than touched by their struggles.
Not all of us are.
If we do not find Fainriel soon, it will not matter. Either he will be taken by the demons, or by less mystical predators. And I have said more than enough on the topic. This is a Templar matter, and we will be handling it.
Perhaps I could aid your search.
True. It is surely not in the lad's best interests to turn away anyone who seeks to find him. There is a Templar, former Templar, by the name of Samson. He left the Order due to philosophical differences. He has been known to help mages flee Kirkwall. If Fainriel went to him, Samson wouldn't tell me. He stays out of sight by day, but I've seen him at night, near the entrance to Darktown.
Dang it, Fenris! Let's go visit Meryl.
This city is amazing. Do you know I saw someone get mugged? Right outside. It was fascinating. Everything happens here all at once. How does anyone keep it all straight?
Someone has jumped outside your door, and that's exciting.
It must be the alien age greeting. Hasn't happened to me yet, though. They must not like me. It's so busy here. So many things just get lost.
Do you miss the Dalish?
I miss Haren Pyval stories. The creaking of Aravels in the breeze. The city is so busy and confusing. And the elves here are not like my clan. But I'll get used to Kirkwall in time.
The Templars haven't found you, have they?
I've been careful, even among the Dalish. Keepers never work magic in public. And I think the Templars don't even see me. I'm just another elf in the alienage.
Are you feeling lost here, Meryl?
A bit. But I'll adjust. I'm glad you came by. I needed someone to talk to.
No problem. Nice crime you have around here. I don't know about that. Well, let's go to the Viscount, I guess. Pick up this quest and probably call it a video. Remember to upgrade your gear. Gotcha.
Insist if you must, but Viscount Dumas will see no one. If you've news of Seamus, I will relay it to him.
Fine. Tell Dumas my scouts have tracked the boy and his Qunari captor to the Wounded Coast. I'm taking a full company after them, and when I return, I expect him to make a show of the reward.
So many to deal with one Qunari seems excessive.
He may be Tal Vashoth. The Winters leave nothing to chance. Get out of my bloody way!
Yes, what is it?
Looks like I'm not the only one who saw the bounty posting.
Apparently so, and I am regretting it. As I told the others, Viscount Dumas' son, Seamus, is missing. We suspect he was taken by a Qunari. If you would like to try your hand at securing his safe return, feel free. I have certainly granted no exclusivity to the Winters and their violent approach.
I should know about the competition.
The Winters out of Navarra. They don't care one whit if Seamus is returned unharmed. Their lead, Sirrah Guinness, is hungry for a foothold in fair Kirkwall. And frankly, we have enough of their kind.
There must be suspicions about why the boy went missing.
Why? What have you heard?
Nothing. Until now.
There is truly nothing known. He is gone, and there have been sightings of a Qunari. The only complication is that Seamus is known to be of a sympathetic mind. He may have placed himself in danger, but it is danger nonetheless.
The Qunari are not wild in the city. Petition their leader for the boy's return.
The Arishok has declared that it is not his role to do so. Apparently their rebels, the Tal-Vashoth, are hunted anyway, killed for what they are, not for what they may have done. That does not bode well for Seamus.
This isn't a task for a guardsman.
Who cares? We need this. There is a concern of appearance. If we used guards, it would allow Viscount Dumas' opponents to say this admits the Qunari threat, because the city responded. In these times, public embarrassment is preferable to official embarrassment.
The boy will be home soon enough.
Declare it if you like, but the reward goes to whomever brings him back safe. A discussion you are welcome to have with the Winters, should you encounter them, on the Wounded Coast.
Commissaire, please stop.
Whoa, whoa. Why did you start running?
I do hope the Viscount remembers to eat supper today.
The guard will throw you out if you kick that wall one more time.
Okay, then. Lowtown. Whoop. Yeah, let's go Lowtown. No comment about cleaning the streets? Okay.
Here, miss. Word is you're looking for help. And paying well.
I need someone native to the dark places beneath Lowtown. If you claim as much, yes, I will pay.
I am. Let's just step into this alley and me and my fellows can have a look at the money on offer.
She has chosen poorly.
It does appear she could use some help, especially now.
Take him down. Kaboom.
Well, thank you for your timely intervention. I am out of my element.
A foolish risk in Lowtown.
I had to come here to get the type of person I need. Someone of bloody skill, but also integrity. Perhaps the kind who might leap to someone's defense. I have a charge who needs passage from the city. If you are willing and capable, meet me at my safe house nearby.
You make a lot of assumptions. It almost got you killed already.
All the more reason to end this quickly. You must need coin. Everyone here does. Varnell!
A bloody Templar. Just what we need.
I hope you will come. This matter only grows more urgent with time.
Chandri's sister is waiting in a safe house near the Lowtown Bazaar. First, I'm gonna go over here.
What do you know? I was told my old friend Thrask was advising you folks to seek me out. You're looking for the boy, right? Feign something. I'll tell you now, There's not much I can do for you.
I'm looking for a retired Templar named Samson.
Retired. Sounds better than burned-out husk of a Templar begging coins in the choke damp. They don't do anything to keep you, you know. You join the Order, you're free to walk away. But they're the only ones who've got the dust.
The dust?
Lyrium, an ore the dwarves mine. Magic in its raw form. You need to drink the stuff to face down the magicers. Problem is, if you ever try to stop, it just about kills you.
Is it true you give aid to apostates fleeing the Templars?
The mages I help, they're no more than children, newly discovered their magic and terrified. Barely left their mother's skirts, and now we're saying they got to be locked away for their own good. That demons are hunting them. Do you wonder they run?
Did you meet the boy?
Afraid so. Blighter was dead broke though, not a silver on him. I helped one mageling for free, and I'll never get paid again.
I pity any mage who is forced to rely on you for protection.
I pointed him to a ship captain I know, Rayner. Sometimes he'll take on runaways. Took another apostate last week, girl I sent him. Might have gone wrong though. I heard rumors he took the both of them captive instead.
Please tell me it's not too late to save him.
Rumor has it, Rayner had the pair of them locked inside a Keys warehouse, somewhere close to dockside. You want to go looking? You might find the lad before he gets ransomed to the Templars. Or worse.
Rayner may know where Fenrir is. He should be in a warehouse in the docks tonight. Okay, well, I'm gonna go up here quickly and see the Sister Patrice. And then I promise I'll stop. Been going for about an hour and a half now. I think that's a good amount.
I'm expected.
I thank you for coming. This matter is delicate, and I need someone of limited notoriety who will not link this to me. It is an escort, but I think you will agree the nature of the party makes this unique.
If this is criminal, I already have enough trouble.
I should think you're about to have more. I am Sister Patrice. This is my burden of charity.
A Cerebas? Here?
Would even a Templar bind a mage like this? A survivor of infighting with their Talvashoth outcasts. I call him Katojan, a bridge between worlds. The Viscount and others feel that peace begins with appeasement. This mage would likely be returned to his brutal kin. He can serve a better purpose. I want him free. He must be guided from the city without alerting his people, or being seen in my care.
I had dealings with the Qunari leader. He'd want to know of this.
You have dealt with their leader. If you have interacted with Qunari, you know how they treat those who leave their heathen order. The Arashok would doom this poor creature. But knowing them is useful. If they challenged you, attacking an ally would only confirm their barbarism. You are still right for the task.
You don't just stumble on something. Someone like this.
For all their blasphemous certainty, the Qunari do have deserters. Those who seek freedom are hunted mercilessly.
Talvashoth. They seem to accept the role.
Even their rebels conform. Savonel observed one of their bloody exchanges. This poor mage was the only survivor.
And you think this mage was being hunted?
I am certain no thinking creature would willingly submit to this. If he was not running before, he has seized the opportunity now.
If you're so intent on this, why not use Chantry resources?
My order will soon realize the Qunari presence is more than a test of faith. It is an open challenge. But for now, I must act on my own. Helping this mage shows how Qunari heresy cannot be ignored. His flight is vital.
Is freedom so helpful? A new life with that collar seems doubtful.
And yet it is more than he has. My reach is limited. His struggle is his own.
It just seems like releasing a bird, cage and all.
We do what we can to step toward what is right. That must be enough.
You're not interested in who you might be hiring?
If you were important enough to know, I would need someone else. But if you insist, what is your family name?
My name is Hawk.
Strong. Very Ferelden. The Qunari have hardly pressured the southern nations. You have not seen as many converts or those who refused. If this action, if any action, can lessen their influence, it must be done.
Will he help? If I trust him at all?
I don't know his capabilities or if he can function at all in that collar, but I think he knows we are his only way out.
You think?
He's followed every direction and made no aggressive moves, even when taunted. Were I in his place, I could have fled. Qunari or not, I can only assume he wants to be led to freedom.
And if you're wrong, I have to deal with it.
That is why I went to Lowtown. You are either capable of the discretion and skill that I need, or you are not.
I can get him out of Kirkwall. He's a bit conspicuous for the streets, though.
Better out there than here with the Templar.
This mage will be a fine example of how cruel Qunari are, even to their own. But only if this plays out just so. The passage here leads to the warrens of the Undercity. It is dangerous, but that is why you were hired. Good luck.
Lead Patrice's safe house through the trapdoor and guide the Qunari mage through Darktown. Okay, well, I'm gonna save the game. So this is my newest one, right? Yeah. So, next time, we'll, I guess, escort the Qunari. Till then, if you liked this video, let me know in the comments. If you really liked it, press that cute little like button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Luke Dog, and I'll see you next time.